Hi teachers, today we're taking a look at the silent reading comprehension evaluation. This evaluation is one that we would like for you to shoot to do twice per quarter, but if you can only get through one of them, that's also fine too. Today we're looking at a rubric from second grade, and most likely the rubric that your grade is using is very similar to this. It's not going to look exactly like this because you're all using different standards, but more than anything else, the structure will be the same. So what you'll see are the standards that you are covering in any given quarter. So here are the standards that second grade is planning to teach quarter two. We'll just use quarter two as an example. So second grade is planning to cover all 5 of these standards, and you'll see that these are literature standards. They're focusing on that right now. Your rubric will look very similar, only the standards at the top will reflect whatever your grade level is doing. It might be that your grade level is only covering 3 standards this quarter, or maybe your grade level is covering 6 standards. That's totally fine. However, you're only going to assess what you taught. So your rubric will change by quarter according to the standards taught each quarter, and your rubric will change based on what you taught. So we're really letting our instruction drive our evaluation here. All right, so you are going to allow the students to silently read a passage or a story, depending on what your team has decided what exactly it is they're reading. And so you're going to let them read silently on their own, of course, and then you're going to ask them a series of questions. So you're going to start, of course, maybe you're going to write on here, okay, second quarter, and today is November 21st, and the story name was Cat in the Hat. Okay, so then you're going to write the first child's name, Owen, and it could be that you are going to be working with Owen and you're going to ask him all these questions today related to each standard. Or it could be that this is something that unfolds over the course of several weeks. Okay? And so I'm just putting all my student names here. And then I'm going to ask some questions. And I'm going to use the grading scale that's shown at the top to assess the child's answer. So 3 is grade level, and that's what we're shooting for. Okay, 4 is just excellent because that's a grade well above grade level. And then we have approaching and well below. So I'm talking to Owen, and I'm going to ask him a question about the passage that he has read. And I'm asking about some key details. And he responds with a pretty wonderful grade level response. And so I'm going to give him a 3 for that. I'm going to check in with Owen later, and I'm going to ask him about the central message. And that response was just amazing and well above. He gave way more details than necessary, so I'm going to give him a 4 for that. For the next one, it's describe how characters in a story respond to major events. So he really struggled with that. He was unsure how to verbally explain how the characters were responding, but he had sort of an understanding of the question, so I'm going to give him approaching grade level. Etc., etc. I'll ask another question, and let's say he's on grade level for all of those. Now, you see another line here. That's in case I am somehow managed to assess him again this quarter. Maybe I assess him again, and we see some improvement with this standard. And of course, that's what we're hoping for, right? We have a little bit of improvement over time. Okay, maybe I move on to Carla the next day, and Carla, I ask a couple questions. Okay, so you will proceed until you have a score for each standard for each student. And then it's going to be time to put your score in class reach. So this assessment for second grade has 5 standards on it. Again, we are shooting for grade level. That's kind of like our A if we think about it. So even though the scale is from 1 to 4 on each question, 3 is just fine by us. So this score would be out of 15. Okay, so Owen's first test would have been a 15 out of 15. Owen's second test, if I did this for him again, let's see, that would have been 17 out of 15. Can you have a score over 15? Sure, because he's getting 4s in some categories, and that's well above grade level. So he should have a score above just regular grade level. Could you have a score below 15? Yes, if he's below grade level, he will have one below 15. So this is what I will enter in ClassReach. Now, keep in mind that your assessment may not be out of 15 points. It depends on the number of standards that you assessed. So for example, again, if you assessed 1, 2, 3 standards only, then your score would be out of 9. If you assessed 4 standards, then yours would be out of 12. All right, that's all there is to it, teachers. Happy assessing.